take a look at our maps. Of course, this is a best-of-3 series. This is how you defend your spot in Pro League. We've done away with the auto-relegation position at a spot, so now you have to fight for it regardless.
Smart.
So, as usual, we'll go for the ban, pick, ban, pick, I guess, decider style for our ban phase.
It's best of 3, so it's a little bit different. I mean, there's only really one guaranteed ban when you're in a best of 3. You talk to a lot of... Okay, so quickly, it's going to be Consulate, Coastline, and then Clubhouse.
So just so for you seeing, like, why are there logos everywhere? How do I do this?
We get all of the C's there.
Yep.
That's fun.
And 3 maps that really do define Europe. Historically speaking, Consulate is a place that players from both of these teams really were showing up in the past. Coastline is a very European map, and Clubhouse as well is a very strong one in the metagame. In general, for every region, I think it's one of the basic maps you need to be careful how do you play on, but it's definitely a way to decide this series because it's a very technical map. One mistake, and their entire round is done.
So I just want to finish the point I was getting at earlier. I was saying, yeah, you talk to a lot of coaches, you talk to a lot of players, and really when you're going into a best of 3 ban phase, it's extremely different compared to Pro League. In Pro League, you can really whittle it down. Like, you can narrow it down to like 3 maps, and you could be like, okay, we need to focus on these 3 for this week. But in best of 3 ban phases, you have to be ready to play just about anything, and you get that one guaranteed ban. That's it. One ban where you're like, we don't want this map. So, practice your 7 maps. Be competent in your map pool. It's really important if you're going to be doing any best of 3s in Rainbow Six.
Yep. So that's really the big question in everybody's heads now. Like, okay, how does this go? Because we start on Consulate, a map that between Panix, Shaiko, Tafal, I mean,
it's a rough one.
These are players that have so much pedigree on Consulate. Very specifically, Shaiko. So you have to be afraid.
And I gotta say, Consulate and Coastline both have similar kinds of playstyles. They are different maps, yes, but there will be a lot of fighting on both of those maps with players outside on the attacking side and on the defensive side. You guys didn't get to know the maps before we got to this part, but what do you think? Who's going to win this, just on your gut feeling?
Yeah, just looking at the names, what does it say? And, okay, 1/3 to Sisu, 2/3 to BDS. I see it. I believe it. I think it's a very fair way of cutting through this, given Sisu's performance recently. But as you said, very, very important to highlight Sisu's performance in Pro League, especially in the second half. If you just look at the mere numbers and compare them to how BDS were doing in CL, these don't equate. You can't just use these as pure numbers to tell the whole story.
There's a lot to be dove into, and we'll do our best to try and lay it out for you as we do when we get into the match. And we're going to be loading into Consulate first. Again, this is BDS's map pick, in case you missed it. And Sisu will be going to defense, which means they also get to ban that attacker first. By the way, in case you're confused, new viewer, aren't familiar with the team, GIFU, GiFu is pronounced Sisu. So just so we're on the same page for the rest of this map and you know who we're talking about.
Yeah, we literally get these tweets and these posts on Reddit like every time. So that's how, if you're Finnish, you know what we mean. Sisu is a candy in
or something like
Finland.
That. I think it's got like a vague licorice flavor. It's like a hard candy.
I like licorice, but this is Sisu.
I do too.
That's how they want to be called. Incidentally, a town over from Nagoya, where we're going in just a few days, is the Sisu, well, GiFu, Shifu, whatever you want to call it, prefecture. So it's up there. But back to the game. These are all details. Best of 3 series. We start off on Consulate, and here's our bans: Lion, Thermite, Valkyrie, and Maestro. Okay,
so the Lion ban makes sense on Consulate to an extent. If you're really just not comfortable with it, if you expect your enemy to bring it, BDS has brought Lion in the past, so that's not terribly surprising. But what is relevant here is, as you can see, we've still got Jackal and Capitao in play.
Exactly.
And that's huge. Also, Nomad. Nomad is a frequent ban on Consulate. Why? Because she can isolate and deny the runouts, which is such a powerful function to have as an attacking team on a map like Consulate. So the fact that we've got 3 extremely powerful attacking operators still in the runnings here, very relevant. Another thing that's very relevant is the Thermite ban. That is going to make defending the basement actually viable. As you can open up the wall, yes, but only with Hibana or Maverick, which is not going to be as efficient or as, you know, large of a hole as a Thermite would.
Yeah, in this case, if you really just look at the pure roam potential from the defense, there's no Valkyrie. You don't have much when it comes to information. And you have to face off against a Jackal and a Nomad, and potentially a Gridlock. Yeah, sure, the Lion isn't there, but there's enough things to stop you from just gaining map control as a defense.
Yeah, the operator selection for the attack is really strong. I gotta say the defense has been hurt a little bit more here. So Valkyrie is one of the best information operators on Consulate, period. Full stop. She is amazing. And she's gone. And that's, again, a common ban here on Consulate. Pretty standard. Maestro taken care of. That's also pretty common. Maestro is especially good on the basement defense because you can put his Evil Eyes on the floor and deny the plant that way. Echo in play, though. That's going to be relevant later on, probably during the basement hold for Sisu. Anyway, moving into the round, operator selected, everything set up. It looks like it's going to be a CEO/Yellow Stairs take for BDS, which makes sense because Capitao was left unbanned. Using Capitao, you can dislodge a player at the top of Yellow Stairs, which is otherwise sometimes very difficult.
I wonder what the information play is going to be like here for Sisu. They bring Jonas to play the Mozzie, which is great. You can isolate all of these drones. He even leaves a pest in his back pocket to use should he find a drone on his own to grab. But otherwise, you really would like to have some sort of bulletproof camera that's set in the middle of the hallway upstairs, just to give you information on if somebody's getting close up to long desk and the such.
So once again, the take is CEO Yellow Stairs, and that starts with Yellow Stairs, and Shaiko's going to get the lead-off kill onto Move. Now, with Move taken out of the picture, that means that BDS can pounce onto Yellow Stairs and establish a crossfire into CEO, allowing them to then plant the diffuser in the site. They're doing this really efficiently, and as Yoniter actually takes some damage, and Shate is eliminated, Sisu are looking absolutely distraught, as they have very little control over their own situation.
Oh, finally, Renshiro is going to be able to find Yoniter. Give Renshiro a window, and he will stay there for the rest of eternity. And that's the play he's going for here. Bunsi is low on HP, but Jonas is holding on. He took down Rafale, as you saw before. He's looking for the second. Shaiko already low on HP. Bunsi will have to rotate him by the long desk, but the smokes are all over. Great play here by the Capitao that we talked about, and here's the second crossbow bolt used up. Panics will go for the diffuser plant as Renshiro comes up, and Panics will be demolished. Jonas with the 3K. Beautiful play so far. Guman will give off information as RXWD will keep on spraying through the connector, and he'll be pushed off for just a moment. Sisu somehow holding on for dear life.
Somehow, and his name is Jonas. He's been really putting it together for his team, moving all around to wherever is necessary. And there you go, the fourth for Jonas. He only needs one more for the ace, and it's going to have to be just that, as RX has managed to take out Bunsi. Only 25 seconds, and RX is on low HP. Jonas is in a much better position than his adversary. He's managed to isolate himself, though, in CEO. Diffuser is down, so RX has to retake, but he might be able to get a scan off. It's not likely, though, with so little time on the clock. Default Cam makes a good call there for Jonas, and he's going to be able to position himself accordingly. Here comes the scan, though. This could be big for RX. The pre-fire comes in, and it just barely misses. There's no time. A 4K and a clutch on time alone for Jonas. And Sisu takes round number 1.
Absolutely insane play and calm from Jonas. There were 6 rounds left in total for that Jackal. He had nothing left ammunition-wise. And I have to say, there probably was somebody helping Jonas and giving him information the whole time, but he was just running around like a madman, and the guy was just hitting heads all over. Wasn't really correctly spotted when he was on Yellow Stairs, led to Shaiko's demise as he vaulted into the bathroom, even though map control was all BDS's. A round that Sisu should have never won, not in a million years.
Absolutely agree. And Jonas manages to pull it out. I mean, look, Move's got 3 assists, so credit to him. That's an assist right there. I mean, and then some. But that was pretty much all Jonas. And you got to have respect for the man. I mean, he, of course, got pushed off G2.
Yeah.
Which was rough for him, I'm sure, and a big upset for a lot of people. Shock. But he did. It happened. Moved over to Sisu. And ever since joining Sisu, Jonas has looked like a man possessed, absolutely taken over by pure sheer force of will and drive to be successful. And you could easily attribute a lot of those close to victories, though not actually victories, in the later half of the season to Jonas's efforts, or Sisu.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times it comes down to Shate having really good plays in a certain round, but it really is the Jonas show a lot of times for Sisu, and it shouldn't work, but it somehow just does.
The crazy thing is, Jonas doesn't even always contribute in terms of kills and stats. A lot of the time he's doing support stuff. You know, like we've seen him just have some incredible bandit tricking. Now this time, it's actually be Shate on the bandit. A versatile team, and they can all play whatever role is necessary. That's Sisu for you. And you gotta have that kind of versatility to even compete at a Pro League level.
Oh, 100%.
So we'll see if it works for them here. Now you can't rely on Jonas getting a quad or an ace or whatever every round. So hopefully for Sisu and their fans, there's going to be a change here in this round. Of course, now the obvious one is that we are going to the basement, which is going to be easier to defend than it would be otherwise because Thermite is banned.
It's been a while since we've had a lot of French teams in Pro League.
It's true. It used to be half of Pro League.
It used to be, yeah, at least half of Pro League. You know, 4 out of the 8 teams would just be sitting somewhere in France and just playing every single time. And these are all names that have been through Pro League many, many times, especially on BDS's side here. But Shaiko's in. His drone has been stopped momentarily by the Mute Jammer, and one drone has also been spotted and shut down on the stairs. Shaiko keeps on spraying in the back as he's getting information on Movataho, who'll just drop down. The Jackal wasting time here, and actually that is a lot of time being wasted off here from BDS's attacking side. They don't have the Thermite, and that is a really big deal when it comes to this assault.
So because the Thermite's banned, obviously BDS banned the Thermite. Now what does that mean? It means their strategy isn't to come from the garage exclusively. They're going for drop downs. That's BDS's objective, and they've accomplished the first step, which is to open up a small hole there on the garage with the Habana and apply pressure to the drop downs. But they need to do more, and more is what Shaiko is attempting right here. He will finally be successful in that endeavor. Shate takes down Rafael, and well, Shaiko's trying to finish off a player there, but Panix is actually going to get Shate, meanwhile, deep in sight. No, actually, that was the guy who was down, which allows Shaiko entry into the building. It doesn't look like there's information on this from Sisu. How is this position not known? Shaiko's just in, and he gets moved, as well as Renshiro's kill onto Jonas. It's on to Yonitor now, as Boonsy inside is eliminated. Now, very little time, and Yokai drones are still in play, but it doesn't matter, because Renshiro has got the last kill, and BDS take their first round.
They were looking for the Echo in the last dying seconds of the round. As he looked everywhere, hello.
There he is. Found him.
Found him.
Where's Echo? All right, so...
Like a Dora the Explorer moment there.
Yeah, but that was a good attack there from BDS. I got to applaud how explosively they came into the site when the round was almost over.
Yeah, they were very effective in it. They're like, okay, we still have those 40-ish seconds left. We have the ability, the utility also to open up parts of Garage, and the Capitao was put in a good position. I mean, this is why Capitao is such a great operator to use as well. You can just eliminate so much space that the defenders would love to have, and just delaying them for those 5 to 10 seconds, depending on the time, it's amazing for the attackers, especially when the clock is so far down. You can just use that to your advantage, smoke points of view off. Unfortunately, you have to deal with the Yokai as well. You can still, you know, be shut down through it, but because you have so much manpower, it's only a matter of time until the Echo is found and killed off.
Yeah, that's the thing that really scares me, is because of the Capitao, BDS are so good at isolating these engagements. You notice how precise Panic's use of those Capitao smoke bolts are? He's just making sure that each fight is compartmentalized. And I really respect him for that, but also BDS are planning it out. And when BDS comes in, and they've got these compartmentalized engagements, they're winning these heads-up fights in the 1v1s. And they're just all coming in together, so there's plenty of refract potential on the side of BDS. When that's happening, Sisu isn't really showing us that they've got enough to bounce back on that. I mean, okay, like, Jonas got that 4K in the first round. Now, that was amazing positioning from Jonas that really, I could attribute a lot of that to. It's just him having good game sense and positioning himself perfectly. But it's really hard to do, again, when those smokes are coming in from the Capital, and the firebolts are coming in as well to isolate rotations. Because, again, you can't see all of your opponents all at once. You can't do those things where you get like a 4K and keep your team on your shoulders. So, again, something not reliable. Sisu needs to start winning their heads-up fights, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, because in this case, it's not like you can just peel off and roam away and do work like that, because you're so limited. Oh, so close. Shaiko here. He's getting the information and the pings downstairs. Jonas is taking 25 HP here. RXWD playing this, or we could just call him RX. I'm just so used to the olden days at this point.
Yeah.
RX is doing work here on the Jackal. This is why the operator gets so much banned in play.
Panics will take down move. All right, so early pick there. And yet, to add on to what you were saying, RX's full name is RXWD, but he did us all a favor and changed it to RX to simplify. 2 more kills while I'm explaining that for BDS. And, okay, now it's on Bunsi and Shate. Not ideal if you're Sisu, but manageable. Oh, Shiro. So close to it. I don't think he even thought it was a head.
Yeah, it's like the hat mixes in with everything.
Yeah, it was harder to spot there because of the background. Sometimes you can just do that. Depends on the skin, depends on the background. Sisu, I mean, they've got a whole minute they have to hold out here. That C4 is going to go wide and not get anything. Holes being opened up above. You can see that BDS are not rushing themselves because they know they don't need to.
Yeah, just force Sisu to use the utility that they have, what little is left of it, because they've lost so much manpower. Bunzi's trying to watch here from the top of Banana, and all utility will be set up here for BDS. They're going to go through the same style of play. We have the time, we have everything. There's no reason for us to rush in and lose manpower for no reason. But Shate will find Shaiko, drop one player. Smoke will be thrown out to cover Shate's escape, and the smoke is already dropped down to A site. Unfortunately, it's Shate to fall, and stuns are all over the place here as Bunzi is on his own inside of the cafeteria. Should be spotted here. No, he finds the headshot on Renshiro, but he gets stunned in the face, literally. He'll be staying in his position as there's Capital Bolt right behind. Every angle is being watched here as there's only one way to escape, and Rafal will take him out. BDS, another round, very successful. It's like they put the pedal to the metal in the beginning, and then everything stops. And you're left there wondering what the hell just happened. We're 2 people against 4 or 5, and we don't know what to do with it.
Well, I can tell you exactly what happened there, Gassan. It was Sisu overextended themselves by the locker hallway. They overextended themselves by Visa. BDS saw that, and they said, oh, something to capitalize upon? Oh, yes, please, thank you. I'll take that. And they got 3 kills out of it.
Yeah.
Done. I mean, that's really good awareness from BDS. Great drone positioning in the building to allow them to, hey, in the prep phase, hey, they're going to be trying to hold locker hallway. They're going to be playing by Visa. Let's punish that. How can they punish that? Well, they've got Jackal for one.
Yeah.
And for another, they are a very good team at just winning those heads-up gunfights. They drone each other in. They got the initial kills. Then BDS showed what I'm going to call a Pro League level quality. Patience. They got 3 kills. They had plenty of time. They didn't jump ahead of themselves and start rushing into the site to end the round. They did their typical take. They opened up the garage. They were opening up from above. They were trying to make the life difficult for the last 2 anchors because they know that they're dealing with other competent players on the other side, and they can't just run in and win. It's not gonna work every time. Sure, you might be able to do that, but you shouldn't risk it. So that's an impressive quality shown by BDS. Gotta applaud them for that. Whoever made that shot call, props. If I'm not mistaken, RX is the team captain. I don't know if he's the IGL.
I am unsure.
But my understanding is he is the team captain. So maybe it was him. Who knows? Could be wrong about that one. Now, what we do know is that BDS find themselves up 2-1. And Sisu are going to get to go back to their, what I'm going to call their happy place. I always like to call, oh yeah, they won here. They're losing right now, but they won here. I'm going to call it their happy place, but I don't really mean it that way because I don't know how else to sell it. How else to say? Jonas got a 4K, and that's why Sisu took that one round.
Yeah, there's a massive asterisk just sitting right at the top of that, comfy place.
Yeah,
because you're not sure. Maybe I'll do it again here. Who knows? This is Jonas
Possible.
after all, and as you said, the man just sort of pops every now and then. Shaiko will find move, though, in a very similar move to what happened before. So that's now one spot empty and no more assist as the Legion is dead.
So I have to critique move for that. Now, first time it's forgivable because, yeah, they're going to be trying to pinch on 2 yellow and you don't know exactly how. This time he died in the same exact way he did when he was here on the first round. So that, you know, fool me once, right? And yeah, move's got to make some adjustments there. No air jab, but a Claymore is put down, and RX will get a freebie onto Jonas. Nice shot from Boonsy, though, to bounce back, and Shaiko hits the floor. That was beautiful.
A great shot there, just through the narrow slits in the door. Rafael, though, is in control of yellow, and you still have the smoke, so you can deny, slow things down, but because there's so much time left, around half the round here, there's a lot of work that can be done by BDS, and you have the Capitao, you have the Zofia, you have absolute massive map control potential, and on top of that, you have the Nomad to hold on to any rotations, plus your positioning for it. Now, Rafael, being given the Nomad, will find one kill on Shate. Yoni will be able to fire in and find Rafael as he's on his own inside of the bathroom, but on the rappel, it's Renshiro to take down Yoneder. Boonsy all on his own. He's gotten one kill with great accuracy, but now he's got 2 to deal with. He spots the edge of the Capitao there, but Panix is laying down very firmly on the floor and will not be running away from this position anytime soon. Little ammo left here on the SMG-11, and now that you're spotted, the drone has not been taken off. Everybody knows where you're at, and Panix is already in. He takes down Boonsy, and that's it done. So very efficient from BDS, which means that first round might have just been a
Eunice round?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's looking that way right now. That's for sure. So, I'm sure the observant among you are probably looking at this and going, okay, so will this change when we switch halves? Because that's the next big question. We're only 4 rounds into the first half, but it is looking like BDS are unstoppable on the attacking side. CC are struggling with a couple things. First is site control, but they're losing their site control because of their positioning. And they're losing a lot of their positions because of the operators they left available. The Capitao is especially useful, I think, in this round, or sorry, in this match, I should say.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Letting Capitao through the ban phase, I think, is a mistake on Consulate if you're going to be playing top of yellow stairs. You can defend top floor without playing top of yellow stairs. And it might not even be Capitao that's pushing move off the top of yellow every round. It could be something else entirely. We haven't been watching move that closely to know why he's running away. But it's probably Capitao, and if it's not, that's beside the point. The point is, you can play it in a different way. And we're not seeing that from CC. We're not seeing that adjustment from them. And, you know, this isn't some other game where you've got a lot of rounds and you can just adjust, right? You can, okay, we can make an adjustment over the course of 3 rounds and try to be as precise as possible in correcting yourself from the mistakes you made in the previous rounds. Every mistake you make, round by round, like moves 2 failures to hold the top of yellow, those stack up. They are the reason that you lose matches. You can't get away from that. And now it's unlikely that Move will even have much more of a chance to correct it moving forward.
Yeah, and I really see that this might be the big change to put him on the Echo, but Shate is going to find Shaiko early on, and RX is actually taking down half HP. So Shate, even on top of all of that, he still catches a drone on top. So a great start here from Shate in this round. Maybe this is the adjustment that was necessary, but Sisu, just looking at it from outside, it's like, well, okay, let's make Eunice put on an ACOG, and maybe he can do even crazier plays. We can't really roam, but we can still stay on the top floor and actually delay things as much as humanly possible and use the Echo as a hard anchor on site to help us out and maybe even support our roamers. That's one other refrag, though. So Eunice is going to be taken away at the expense of Shaiko, I guess. So no more healing, no more that extra fragging power, and ton of fragging power that Eunice usually is bringing for the team. Renshiro holding on to a window, name a better duo. And Panix is watching as well, close by connector. It looks like that all of BDS are just looking for drone information and then for them to play off of that. Force Sisu back and collect the kills for free.
Stalemate so far through this round. Looks like BDS are just trying to clear out the top floor still. The droning is coming in. They will spot the smoke. That's Boonsy. but he positions himself differently. His shoulder, or rather elbow, just barely spotted there by Renshiro, and now it seems like Boonsy is on an island, still droned out, still in a really bad spot. He's going to move, run out from Chate, shut down, and Boonsy, meanwhile, will be taken out by Panics, who had been hunting for him for a while. Now Sisu, again, find themselves in a really disadvantageous position. 4 versus 2 this time, so it's not the end of the world, but there's still a whole minute for BDS. So the top floor clear, working out great, but this is going to be a refrag from Move, though very belated. And he's looking for more, actually. The aggression could pay off, as it doesn't seem like anyone on BDS is expecting this.
No, he's now laying on the floor, and he gets the head of Panics. Might even drop off. No, it's Rafal that dropped on the floor. Oh, somehow Sisu are bringing this back. Kicks. Renshiro is still alive at full HP. Rafal might be picked up, but we're at 22 seconds left, and Sisu can go for runouts to have Movitao to give him information. He's going to drop down. I'm not sure if that was calculated, but he'll fire. He'll find Renshiro. Rafal is last alive, and he's low on HP, and he has to deal with yokai drones. This round is done and dusted. Mistakes from BDS put them in this awful position, and Sisu will collect the second one, maybe? Yes, there you go. The Echo dropping down was the play.
It was calculated. It was thought out. They were like, okay, well, only 18 seconds left. I got 2 yokai drones. May as well just go ahead and play it on time. And it worked for Sisu. Now, note that Sisu has only won rounds on time so far. They are wary of taking all of these heads-up fights, and that is dangerous. So Sisu definitely needs to correct that, or gain a little bit of confidence in their one-on-ones, or they're not going to have much of a chance moving forward. BDS in that round did fall victim to a very old way of attacking the middle floor that I find is the result of most teams losing on that middle floor attack, and it's that we cleared out top 4. Okay, great, good job. Now we're going to hit it from the front door. And they stacked up way too much manpower there. They lost too much. They lost too many people on that front door because it's hard not to. It's hard not to. I mean, Sisu were given some really easy engagements there. Not even one-on-ones, just like, oh, hey, I've got an angle on you. You don't see me. There you go. Done. And that is usually what happens when a team, after clearing out the top floor on a middle floor defense, decides to hit front door almost exclusively. Like, there are other options. You can come from Spiral, try to push yourself into main lobby.
Yeah, you had one guy there.
Yeah, you got to worry about crossfires, but you can eliminate the Visa crossfire really easily. So I don't know. There's choices. There's choices, and I think and BDS fell victim to their own choice. They decided to hit front door. It was a mistake.
Here we go. Move will find one kill. That's Renshiro. Boonsy's taken down to around half HP, but taking off the Giant from his window is definitely a great play before he can even get to the window. Oh, that is huge here for Sisu at the start. It's like every round is so all BDS, and then somehow Sisu. This is like literally the description of the last 7 days of Pro League.
Yeah.
If you watch what Sisu's been doing.
Well, if it holds true to that description, then we will be seeing BDS win in the long run. If it holds true, because Sisu, yeah, they get so close, but then so far in the end has been the story for them through Pro League. Here and now, Panic's trying to drone into A, or he's getting ready to drone into A. Yeah. He's gonna get this. Get some information on who's playing here. It's gonna be the smoke of Boonsy. I think he spotted him, but he's positioning his drone so that if he dies, it'll still be useful, as it can see Connector now. So dead people can watch his drone to cover Connector. Air jab detonates, but no kill. Not sure where that was. Top of Spiral is Jonas, and he gets a kill out of that position. Panics will use his Firebolt to great effect as Boonsy burned alive. Now Sisu, man advantage. Still enough time for BDS to get a few picks and bring this back.
Still enough time. Have to worry about Jonas. They're still playing in the top of Spiral. They have one player detected, thanks to RX's Jackal. He still has one more charge to use. Oh no, Panics dives right into Yonitor's welcoming arms, and it gets taken out. RX will come in, take down Jonas at least, but manpower-wise, it's all on BDS, but Chate taken off as well. Oh, RX is going crazy. Move is away, and Yonitor is the last alive.
The round was all but over in favor of Sisu, and then RX just comes alive, picks up 3 for his troubles, and Well, now it's really looking difficult for Yanni. He's positioning himself to take the heads-up fight against RX. Now, this is dangerous, but RX is smart. He's just covering the cross. Oh, we might be able to deny the defuse. It's not going to be successful. The defuse disable down, and he's not even going to win the first fight. What a three-piece there for RX and Rafael to get the plant and hold it in the post.
Sisu got overzealous.
Yeah, they did.
They pushed right into him, and he just collected kills.
Did they
wanted
need
to stop him.
No, they didn't. They just didn't. So that is going to be the last defense for Sisu. They're going to go over to attack now. And the first half, 4-2. That could have been a 3-3. That should have been a 3-3. But it's not. Mistakes made. Yeah, no, and I agree with you. I just straight up, Sisu walked into RX. RX was ready. Done.
They gave him those kills, and he's very happy to just collect them if this is how it's gonna be. Well, now BDS are on the defense. It seems like RX will be the one running the Mira this time around. We're very much used to Renshiro running the Mira back in the olden days, but that was a while ago. Where we're going to be starting off is the top floor by the console chambers. I've been to way too many consulates in the past year, so right now this is all in my head.
I bet.
All the time. Where do I get my visa stamped, please? And we'll see the Echo plus the Pulse. So a lot of information gathering to counter the fact that you don't have a Valkyrie or a Maestro. That is what BDS are doing. Instead of just hunkering down on the site and trying to deny info from the attackers, which you really can't because they have so many alternatives to just droning, might as well just bring something of your own. The Mira, the Echo, and the Pulse are the three pawns here that BDS are trying to put in play.
It's good information gathering tools. Pulse made a name for himself as an operator way back when on this map, in that he can deny the plant from below. I mean, we've seen some famous plant denials from downstairs from Pulse on this map in particular. I mean, even from Sisu. I think Wilkie had an amazing clutch of some sort way back when.
That was when the Pulse quick swap was still in, right?
It was a while ago, though. Looks like an ADS clear there, followed up by a Gujmat from the lifeline and a rush, actually, for Sisu. I don't know if that's going to work so well. Move is in a position to watch the rails, while Yunus goes all the way to the bathroom, and he loses the heads-up fight to Shaiko, who loses 50 of his HP, but a worthwhile exchange for him. There's also a mirror window to support this hold, but Shaiko has been downed, though not finished off quite yet. Here comes the punish from Boonsy, but he's actually taken out by Panix, who is covering Shaiko. This has gone wrong in every way possible, but the nade might go just perfectly. Oh no, the timing is as bad as it gets, and Shate's nade goes wide.
They scatter at the perfect moment. Move will take a bit of damage here from the smoke, but Sisu have been repulsed. This assault has gone haywire, and Yonder is below 50 HP. Shate and Mutal have lost around 25 HP each as well. Yokai drone has been repositioned here to give info and stun the attackers coming up, but the IQ perfectly played will take it out. There's the head. You're trying to get a bit more damage than that. The IQ will run away with a bit less HP. Here it is. That's the kill. Shotgun on the yellow stairs. Let's put up the highlight reels. Diffuser's been picked up here by Shate as he dropped down, but he's running between his teammates' bodies as all 5 of the BDS players are still well alive. One of them is not as well nowadays with Shaiko, but they've done the work. It's done. And Shate will have to assault solo.
Well, it looks like his position is thus far unknown, though it's just been determined, if not by the Echo using his Yokai, then definitely by the Pulse using his cardiac sensor. So Shate's got 45 seconds to just delay. I'm going to guess that he's going to pause here, give his team time to think. That would be the right call in this situation. He'll move into the main lobby, Shaiko spots him, and it'll be a trade. 1-for-1. BDS will take that round, though. That puts us at 5-2 in favor of BDS.
One of the rare trades that we get nowadays, but remember, Shaiko was very low in HP.
Yeah.
So it was around 20, if not lower. So that's why you got it.
It looks like he landed 2 shots when Shate managed to land the 1. Because I think they were both body shots. So.
Yep. So here we are. That is a 5th round collected by BDS on map number 1. Again, I know you're used to logging onto this channel and watching Pro League and seeing best of ones. Well, these are Pro League relegations. Here we do it differently.
Yeah, I mean, I've had people argue for best of 5s for relegations before, but at the same time, you know, best of 3s is, I think, a nice round format to determine. Wow, so much. It determines the future of these teams.
Yep.
It's pretty big.
BDS have had a hell of a run so far in the latter half of this year.
Yeah.
Look at DreamHack Montreal, and up until now in Challenger League, they pretty much used that tournament as like, hey, let's see how we're going to do in CL. And then they flew all the way to Canada to actually give Shaiko his revenge, I guess. So they played G2. They beat them in DreamHack there. So it's definitely working well. But you see, this is a squad, again, that has a ton of Pro League experience in the past. And Panix is all the way on top. He used to play with Penta. He moved on and played with the Italians for just a while before moving away and coming back into, well, the rest of the region. And finally settling in for a French squad. He's Swiss himself, but speaks French, so there you go. Bit of
Yeah, it's a, you know, he can make it work.
yeah.
So he speaks really good French, actually, so not a problem.
A rush? Yes,
it looks like it is.
Shate is going to move in, and no, he slows down. There's too much barbed wire, and there's just so much utility being used right at the wall. The Maverick is taking his time, and the Habana is trying to open up the extra hole, but it's blocked.
What a shot there from Shaiko. He actually just denied the hole getting opened up in any meaningful way. You might be able to get through that, but you might not. And that was all thanks to Shaiko's efforts, getting one Excaros there. Beautiful job.
Oh, no. No,
but he can get it anyway. Moves all the way in, and he's trying to challenge Shaiko directly. He's got a stun on him, though, and that's going to be Shaiko eliminated by move. Great push there. Now, RX is trying to do his best with the Clash to slow this down, but it's not working great as Yanni gets another one for Sisu. Oh, Renshiro deep inside of Kitchen doing his best to pick up some kills, and he'll get one, but the plant is down. He's been distracted. The Yokai can't deny. Renshiro not doing his job because he had to do someone else's. Now, BDS does have this Clash to retake, but this is, I think, one of the hardest retakes on a post plant in all of Siege. Garage open, diffuser planted right outside the breach, and this is going to happen until the round's over.
You can use the Clash to kind of sit behind it and take down the diffuser, but unfortunately, there's just way too little manpower left. And the play was excellent from Sisu. They timed it well. They didn't even need to go into piano or anything like that. Throw the technicality out of the window, brute force your way in, and that's how Sisu were able to take yet another round. One of the few that they've had so far, but man, 5-3, we actually have like a series on our hands here.
Yeah. I gotta applaud, again, I gotta applaud Shaiko's efforts there to get one of the Excaros and try and deny entry, but it just barely was not enough. And it'll be basement yet again for BDS. They've already won the top floor. They don't seem keen to go back to the middle floor unless they have to. So basement, basement, basement. Makes sense considering they banned the Thermite. Thermite, again, most useful when defending the bottom floor. So, yeah, now that he's not here, bottom floor is a lot better. Now, that was actually, as you can see, the first round that Sisu has managed to win on kills alone. It wasn't a post plant, so that was relevant. But they won it off the kills. And in the first half, Sisu won 2 rounds off of just waiting it out. So that's really important. That's good assertive play from Sisu, and it's going to give them a bulk of confidence, I'm sure, moving forward in this match, which they desperately need, considering the current round disparity.
10 seconds to
So now the Clash in play again. I guess BDS kind of realized, like, okay, we messed up because we didn't expect that play from Sisu, right? We didn't expect them to just waltz on in, be so proactive with the round. They assume that Sisu's style will change for this one round, given the fact that still the Thermite is banned. But even if it does happen, and it looks like it will happen, it's very doable for BDS because they understand what the underlying problem was in the previous round. Jonas going in for the stun, and here we go. It's a repeat. I know. It's a different round. Don't worry, guys. Shaiko's still in the same spot. Actually, he has moved away and is now playing by the white van. There's a hole here from the Maverick to watch away and force Shaiko back as the Habana will be able to open up the wall into garage. Renshiro's checking, make sure his yokais are in the right spot
Attackers
to
have
use them.
located a bomb.
These Maverick holes play a huge role, actually, as they can spot quite a lot. Yonitzer just missed out on an opportunity there to take out Shaiko. That's actually going to play a large part, I'm sure, later in the round. But yeah, the Maverick holes allow you to apply pressure to pipes, despite the thermite not being there. So that's a really good stopgap measure, I would say, from Sisu. BDS are feeling pressure here from the utility, but no actual rush yet from Sisu. They are in. They have control of front white, but that is not great considering Shaiko has a C4 and can use it to deny. They have to kill Shaiko, and they will do just that. Move with the flashes and the push. Shaiko down. Boonsy adds to that as Rafael is eliminated. RX still alive on pipes, but what can he really do is the clash. The gas canisters are doing so much work, though, and Panics will actually get on himself. Not just using those gas canisters, but also using his shotgun in the SMG-11. Doing great work here. Denying the plant and eliminating the players. Yonitzer will shut him down finally with a nice pre-fire. Yokai drones are still in play here, and with 1 minute left, Sisu need to calm down. Use the time that they have available to them and set themselves up to actually go for this plant. A fake out, but it's obviously a fake out. The Yokai drone is calling that out. Yanni trying his best to stick it, but RX on the clash is going to make the push happen, and he's going to deny that stick outright. C4 is not from any of the alive defenders, so it's not relevant in this engagement. The Clash doing a lot of work here with the electricity, and there's nothing really that can be done by the Thatcher other than the rush, and he's doing just that. But can he get it? No! Renshiro with excellent cover. The last attacker spotted and called out. Jonas has to win the heads-up fight against Renshiro, or there's no chance, and that just doesn't seem likely. He goes for the peek and loses it outright. Renshiro, big plays, panics as well, and RX just persists through the round. BDS, match point.
Good God, the level of teamwork
I know.
is just... It's mind-blowing. This is exactly how you should be playing it. And Panic's lying down on the floor and getting the shot on the feet stops everything.
That was beautiful.
Renshiro doesn't get over-aggressive in peaks. He waits until the Thatcher is so consumed by the clash. Look at this. The Thatcher just cannot look away from it. He can't even plant.
He's consumed, as you said.
There's a lot of time left in this case, so it's very doable. And RX one time, there's a second time, and at the second time, that's when Renshiro strikes and finds the kill. Beautifully done, communication on point, and that's how the round was entirely won. BDS, just applause for that.
Yeah, I got to put points in the column of a lot of different players there. The real star for me is Renshiro on the Echo. He did so much. He denied the initial plant. He gathered information for his teammates. He managed to get a lot of kills, just artillery from inside of Kitchen. Then RX, persisting through the round, just cannot be killed. And then Panics, he denied the plant as well. Using his gas canisters, he went for the push, and he managed to punish Sisu so intensely with that aggressive play. Panics, really the star of the show outright. Look at that, 11 kills in this match. He has been coming alive. And again, yeah, I said it at the beginning, before we even got into the match, it's good to see Panics back in the running for comp. He's just a great guy and a good player, and it's cool to see him. Now, this is not over quite yet, guys.
No.
Remember, this is a best of 3, which means that these matches cannot draw. If we get to 6-6, we will go to overtime. And Sisu could definitely push us there. They've been showing us some great stuff, and they probably should have won that last round. And it wasn't that Sisu threw it necessarily as much as it was that BDS just counterpunched so hard.
I genuinely love this from BDS. But again, Sisu are running operators that will help them enter into a site and not have to deal with...
Oh,
okay?
the pre-aim.
That was beautiful. Chate getting the information from the drone, but back to my point. Sisu don't have to worry about roamers. At least that's what their operator picks kind of puts out, right? They don't want to worry about that. They want to play the technical ops, make sure that they can open up walls and get any drones, like Yokai drones specifically, just out and not have to deal with that. They're not really expecting BDS to be maneuvering around the map so much. So a good advantage here with Shaiko off the board. All the walls are being destroyed, and we're at 1:30 here on the CEO take. CCO look pretty well and poised for this assault.
Shate doing good work already with that initial kill into Shaiko, but his big role is going to be as utility. Renshiro downstairs. He's been doing work this whole match. He's going to keep it on as he takes down Move in the main lobby. Now, what that means is he's got a Nitro Cell and he's got a cardiac sensor, so he can deny the plant from below. Now, Renshiro plus Panics on the smoke, plus Rafael on the Yokai with the Echo, all these combined to make a really difficult site push for Sisu. That's a lot of denial, not just for the plant, but in terms of actually getting into meeting. It's going to be hard.
Yeah, and add to that the fact that you still have to worry about those Legion mines. But no, Jonas comes in at the right time. Yokais will stop the plant for just a second here. Shate is taking another one down. Boonsy is low on HP as he takes so much damage from the smoke. But Panics will be the one to do the work, and he will. Shate has been taken off. The second so close, but Sisu secure the round. Jonas and Yonador go ham in the last two. Jonas saved the round.
Yeah.
Outright.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
He jumps out, he fights Lobby,
perfect,
takes down the Pulse, literally as he's throwing his Nitro Cell.
The round was about to be secured for BDS.
Yeah.
And then Jonas slapped that down.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh my.
Wow.
This is a game.
Yeah, definitely. And for those of you confused, this is what we're talking about, because we're falling over each other a little bit here. I want to clarify. So Jonas pushed down, I believe it was Spiral. He dropped Spiral, and he denied the Pulse C4ing from below. If that Pulse had been allowed to C4 from below, we would have almost certainly seen BDS take the round outright, because that would have been not just a denial on the plant, but a kill on the planter, which takes away muscle from the attack and control of the site, as well as downing the diffuser when the round was getting close to conclusion on time. So that's beautiful play from Jonas.
Yeah, even if the Pulse had died after he nitroed the Habana, it would have been fine. He got a 1-to-1 trade,
yeah,
and he confirms where the diffuser is. Your Yokai is safe there. You still have smokes. You need to use all of them. It's all good to go. You have the manpower advantage. Fine for BDS in that time.
Yeah.
But that dive, I'm not sure if that was a dive from Spiral or from the outer balcony.
It could have been from many places.
No matter what it is.
No, he killed him from inside. I'm pretty sure it was either the Spiral or Visa hallway or something. But wherever it was,
it was the play.
At least I think it was. Now you got me questioning myself here. I'm not really sure.
See,
but whatever it was,
so fast.
Right.
We're like, okay, this happened, and we don't even care about how it got to
he denied that C4. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, moving on, we got another top 4 defense here from BDS. They once again had brought that Clash. Now, this is really interesting. Clash could actually be a big difference maker on this site, because taking her out of Yellow Stairs is gonna be a task. Oh, it almost was easy, but Move missed the shots. He missed the opportunity, and now you can see that RX is very aware of where Move is, and he's positioning himself to deal with that problem. No more Lifeline Gajmats left on the Zofia, so it's going to have to be down to the Firebolts.
One more left here for Shate, but because, as you just said, you don't have those stun Gashmots on Zofia, you can stun lock the Clash in position, slow her down, apply the debuff, put her shield away, and take the extra damage. Smoke's going to be thrown out here as you're just slowing down the assault. Crossbow bolt as well, way too far back, and Shaiko can still support his teammate. Oh, Move will actually find both kills. This is huge. Jonas and Movatao have taken a lot of damage in the engagement, but the work has been done, and you'll see Move just falling back. He does not need to stay anywhere near this position anymore. The opening's been found, but now they have to walk into a shotgun. Oh, 1 kill, but too greedy to go for the second. Jonas walks right on in and finds Panics. Shate, beautiful kill here on the rappel, just playing in the connector room. Renshiro trying to hit the distance. He will. Jonas is down and taken away, but it's a 1v3 in the pulse, and the UMP can't really do it. Sisu, 6-5, and will it be the usual 7-5 loss for Sisu?
That's the question now, because we're right up against it, guys. 6-5 is where Sisu choke almost every single time. Now, a reminder, this is a best of 3, which means that if Sisu can win this next round, no draw, it will go to OT, overtime, and we'll figure out who wins there. But, ooh, if you're a Sisu fan, you're watching this right now and you're thinking to yourself, oh boy, how many times have we seen them here? And I'm sure the same thought is racing through Sisu's minds. Now, that last round was actually really well conducted from Sisu. I have to applaud them for one thing in particular. They did not get ahead of themselves and rush into the waiting arms of BDS and throw away the round, as they have done in the past. So props to Sisu for that. The big thing that worked in Sisu's favor there was that they managed to take down RX. Now, we didn't actually see what happened there, but I think it would have actually been a combination of two things. The Firebolt and Shaiko were shooting the feet of his teammate while trying to engage somebody on yellow stairs.
I think he got a bit too greedy.
He might have accidentally downed his teammate, allowing for Move to secure the kill, or done at least some damage allowing for Move to get the kill. Because the thing is, that carbine on Jaeger, it really packs a wallop. So even if you're hitting your teammate, that's rough.
Yeah.
So it looked like that might have been what happened. We don't actually know because we didn't get to see exactly what was going on through his perspective, but definitely looked that way. Panix had of course, still a big contributor to BDS's success, but he did miss a gas canister in the last round, which allowed Move and Jonas to push up right at the end there.
And really, once they were able to push up and take down the smoke, it really was the play. Jonas really made it happen there. You got a bit too greedy to try and get the second kill by turning the corner even tighter. Usually just one and then fall back, but Sisu will go for a similar rush when we saw them playing before. It worked out well the last time, and they're going to try to repeat it, at least the first time that they tried it. The second one really needed a lot of teamwork and maneuvering from BDS, and I want to say, if there were a lot of other teams, it would not have worked. One of the X-Kairos is going to fail, as apparently X-Kairos destroy one another when they explode, which is
weird.
Very, very odd, but
shouldn't do that.
There we go. That's one hole, at least some sort of information opening being given away here. Oh! Shaiko, he collects two! Yonador and Boonsy welcoming arms of the Jaeger. He pulls out the pistol in case somebody goes for the bum rush, but not going to be the case. The smoke will protect him for just a bit longer here by the white fan. And RX on his own here, holding on to the yellow stairs. Nobody can do anything to him. Jonas is so low on HP as well. He can't get too aggressive himself, or he might be down and taken away by the Clash himself. Shaiko, another one to collect, but it gets a bit too wide as Shate finds the headshot, and Shaiko is done and dusted.
Now remember, this round is match point for BDS, which means if they take this, the map is done. No OT for Sisu. We'll move on to map number 2. RX trying to hold on to the yellow stairs. He's doing a great job of delaying Shate, and Shate can't push because he has to be wary of the guns that he knows are by cafeteria and security for BDS, waiting for Shate to overextend himself. But in the meantime, he's being chipped away at by the electricity. Yokai spotted and finished off by Jonas, but Jonas is on such low HP, it might not matter. When he goes for that push into the site, he's likely to die very easily, and he's been spotted constantly by the Yokais and the Clash. More delay here from RX going on to Shate, but there's the rush. Will it be successful? Answer, no. Damage done, no kill. Still 50 seconds here for these attackers to work with, which is a lot. But meanwhile, the rest of the defense is starting to move up. Their last two attackers spotted. C4 lands one, and the second for Panix. BDS take map number 1, and they will move on to the second, which when we get to it will be Coastline.
7-5, man. 7-5.
Every time. Like clockwork with Sisu.
It's like explosive the whole time, and then it gets to 6-5, and then something happens, and it just falls apart. For, I think, the 5th time so far in the past couple months. But here we are. 14 kills for Panix, 10 for Renshiro, Shaiko at 9, RX at 8, and then 7 all the way at the bottom. Everybody doing their work.
I mean, but could we just talk about Renshiro and Panix, though? Just, wow. What an impressive performance from both of them. And they were a big part of why BDS managed to take that map. And, well, it's not over yet. Again, got 2, maybe 3 maps in this series, so just have to wait and see if it's going to be that one map going the way of BDS because it was their map pick, or if we're actually going to have a good matchup here. We'll go through some replays, look over what just happened while we wait for map number 2.
Yep, in the meantime, we're just making sure that the lobby is set up, and we want to get into the game ASAP, so we don't want to waste any of your time as well watching at home. It's a best of 3 series. These can go on for quite a while when it comes to online play specifically, but you can tell every player here on both of these sides kind of had their own moments.
Yeah.
There were a lot of those on BDS's side, as a lot of times we would see them in control of the round very firmly and then slowly chipped away by Sisu somehow. This was actually a perfect round for it, as they kind of all doubled or quadrupled up, I guess, to try and push into the lobby whilst you have top floor control. And it was lost. BDS committed way too much to it.
And there's a lot of layers to this match. There's so many different things that ended up giving us this win for BDS in terms of the map. A big part of it, or I think more gaps in the Sisu way of playing, not only on attack but also on defense in terms of their teamwork. It wasn't fantastic. One thing I will say also, Sisu, when they were working together well as a squad, the reason was mostly because they were forcing themselves to. What I mean by that is, do you notice how many rush strats Sisu brought out? Do you notice how many times they would just get super aggro with each other, like one stacked onto another? Not even a rush strat, just like, hey, two people push the same angle at the same time. That's not necessarily teamwork as much as it is, hey, you know what, if we're right next to each other, we can't possibly not work together, right? And that to me is telling of, they know there's a problem and they're trying to fix it, but they're not exactly sure how, so this might work, maybe. Sometimes it did for Sisu. Sometimes it paid off amazingly well. Other times, it ended up costing Sisu the round because they would, get too many kills with 1C4, or the denial from BDS would come in the way of just engagements like this, where Shaiko manages to pick up 2 kills for the price of 1, and then a third at the end, sure. But the double piece at the beginning, that set the tempo for that whole round, and it was because Sisu were just stacked up on top of each other.
Yeah. You kind of lost it. The whole...
It's a double-edged sword, sorry.
Exactly. The whole strategy is let's double up and push together, right? Because, well, that's how you do it. You overwhelm the opposition, force them to stay in one position on their own. It can work. It has worked in the very first time that they tried it. The second time did not, even though they had the extra manpower advantage. It required an immense amount of teamwork from BDS to make it work for them on the defense, which usually doesn't happen. And this is what the bets were hedged on for Sisu. They're like, well, we tried it the first time and it worked excellently. Second time it didn't work, but it's because they put so much effort into bringing it back. It must have been exhausting for them to try and do something like that. Mentally exhausting. This is something that really does require a lot of focus, so much so that you really feel tired after it. Like, this is an effort. This is like doing a sprint.
Yeah.
It really tires you out. And so you go in for the second time, or for the third time in that case, you try to play the same strategy, and unfortunately, you get a bit too comfortable, and then plop, that's where Shaiko strikes and finds the 2, then the 3K, and that is very much a description of Sisu's games in the past couple months.
That was the old 7-5.
Yeah.
Giving us some of their classics. It's rough. It's rough for Sisu. Now, it's not over.
Nope.
This is map number 1. Again, this was BDS's map pick. Now, we're going into map number 2, Coastline, which is Sisu's map pick. You might have seen it on the graphic there, displayed for just a second, which was nice, good for Sisu. They will have a slight edge, conceivably, but it's not a guarantee. That just means that Sisu wants to go there. It's there right out the gate. It's what they want the most.
Yep. We're getting ready to head into Coastline in just a second. All our players are in, so as soon as everything is set, we'll be heading into game. We want to be in there ASAP. And Coastline is, and you compared it to how Consulate works.
It's similar in ways.
Yeah, a lot of repels, a lot of ways where you are going to have to take gunfights early on in the round.
Gunfights outside.
Yeah, gunfights outside or on the periphery, not on the site itself. Sometimes you'll have it, say you want to compare it to Garage, you can put down as well Kitchen, where you have to have kind of these close quarters combat. Most of the time, you're going to be kind of medium range to engage one another. Runouts maybe early on. This is a map where I expect Sisu to kind of go all out, do whatever humanly possible to throw BDS off of their equilibrium.
Yeah, I think the big thing about Consulate and Coastline, or just Coastline, if we hyper focus on that for a second, is you can choose where you want to fight people as a defender.
Sure.
You just have to have, it's based on your level of confidence, and based on what it is you think is going to give you the best result overall. Like, okay, I would compare it to, oh no, I'm not going to do that. You could say that it's definitely something you can use, or a map that you can use to your advantage as a defender if you go for runouts and stuff like that. It's not always going to be a good choice to make a run out to try and get the assertive play or gain the man advantage that way, but it's an option. You can just bunker down and you could fight all your fights in the building, try to force the attackers to clear out roamers. It's an option. You could just play in the site exclusively. You've got choices. That's what I would say about Coastline. There are choices, and it's similar in that respect to Consulate. Now, right out the gate, a Lion Band again. So, nothing crazy here. The Lion is obviously something that Sisu just don't want to deal with from BDS.
Honestly, like, I don't know if that's going to be the biggest problem.
The thing that really bugs me is now again Jackal's still in play.
Yeah, that's it. Like,
and he'll be played every round.
Your biggest problem is the Jackal.
Yeah.
Not the Lion, but it's just comfort, I guess.
I mean, they must have seen something when they were reviewing BDS VODs. They must have seen Lion and thought to themselves, we're not gonna tolerate that.
No.
Yeah. We'll see a much. Well, actually, there's only one different band. Wait. No. There's two different bands. Thermite was banned. Now Habana's banned, which makes sense on Consulate, and we're now on Coastline. And Mira is banned instead of the Maestro, which also makes sense.
Yeah. So fair enough. You now have access to both the Maestro and the Echo. You can run the Clash. You can run the Mozzie, and it seems like maybe Sisu will go for the Clash. I mean, it annoyed them enough for them to play it, maybe.
I think there might be a 6-pick, yeah.
Okay, it is. So there we go. The Echo will be played. Shate does a decent chunk of work on the Echo. And there you go. As expected, you'll be seeing the Jackal as the 6th pick. Renchiro will stick to the Sledge. You'd love to have a Zofia here, but because you have the Ash, you don't really need to run both ops at the same time. So you're expecting Hookah as Site 1, and that's exactly what's going to happen. The Ash can do a lot of work from below, so if you're Sisu right now, pray that you can contest blue bar for as long as humanly possible, or Yonador, whoever ends up sitting in the small bar lounge there, is going to die real.
So that Lion Band from Sisu, I really want to point a finger at that. Now, we'll never know what would happen if BDS had access to a Lion, because clearly Sisu's not going to let us see that. But what I will say is it could also be Sisu's undoing. Because what I saw on that map number 1, 2 things in particular. RX was really good on Jackal. He decimated Sisu a lot of rounds on Jackal. His positioning was great. His use of that C7E, excellent. But much more important, in my opinion, and also very relevant, Panics on the Capitao. Capitao's a powerful operator by himself. But Panics using that Capitao, just scary, honestly. Not because of his frag potential, but because of how well he positioned his smokes and firebolts. A lot of rounds were completely won by Panics just positioning his smokes well. And you don't see that every day. Not every Capitao can do that. Smokes are not even as relevant in the meta now as they used to be, say, 6 months ago, a year ago. They have fallen out of favor. So the fact that Panics has managed to do so much work on that Capitao, I'm impressed by it, and I am surprised that Sisu has decided to let Panics play Capitao again. That's a standout for me. But obviously, Sisu have a plan with the Lion. Otherwise, they wouldn't ban him twice in a row.
Shato will be the first one to fall. And RX, you were talking about the Jackal.
Yep.
He doesn't even need to use the Inox. And that's 2 kills collected. The Jaeger and the Echo. Allow the Ash to get even closer. Muvataho will come in, and he's spotted. Renshiro, the SMG-11 already out in hand, will deny Muvataho his moment of glory. And Jonas is now left on his own to roam outside of the site, and Boonsy should be stuck on all his own. RX trying to go for some scans, but it's Shaiko that catch Jonas off. As the site's completely open, you can go for a plant right now, and a flawless round from BDS as RX has collected so many kills so far in this matchup on Jackal, but this first round really does prove that opening up and just saying, hey, come here, is not going to work against BDS. And they didn't even have the opportunity to use the Capitao.
RX must have heard me and thought to himself, what? You don't think that I'm worth banning over Capitao? No, you want to ban the Jackal. That's what RX is trying to say. Either way.
And half the attacking operators at this time if you're Sisu.
The point I'm trying to get is those two tools in particular, Capitao and Jackal, you can't go wrong. You really can't. And it might be different with the Lion. Maybe the Lion would be this amazing powerhouse that Sisu's not capable of dealing with, but I doubt it, honestly. A reminder on the community vote there, 66% of you guys thought that BDS were going to take this match. Of course, no draw percentage there because this cannot be a draw.
Yep.
And a reminder on the stakes for those of you who are just tuning in. Of course, map number 1, Consulate, went to BDS. So you can see by that little mark at the top of your screen. And the stakes involved are, if you win, go to Pro League. It's that simple. If you lose, the Challenger League with you.
Yep. That you get banished back to the dark depth of Challenger League and where you will have a spot for next season in the, of course, the top 4. So right now, Orglis is in that spot. If you look at it, and if we look at the 4th team that's in there, that's Team Secret. We're expecting Secret to go a bit higher, but Force and BDS were just too strong nowadays.
Yeah.
So whoever are the 2 teams that lose now will have a spot for next season's Challenger League alongside Orglis and Team Secret.
So, by the way, in case you did not know, BDS is the 1st seed out of Challenger League, and Sisu is the absolute bottom for Pro League. So that is the first. This is the first match for European relegations. We still will have one more match later today. That'll be Fours versus Penta. Fours, of course, being 2nd seed EU Challenger League. Penta being 7th in EU Pro League.
That's the advantage you get when you're top seed. You get to play against the lowest seed in Pro League, and if you're number 2, you get a bit more difficult fight. Shaiko is so far uncontested, and he finds a free kill on the Echo. There's literally nobody looking at him. He's just literally walking around, and finally, he does so much damage to Boonsy. But the work's been done. Panics will take down Boonsy. That's it. The Smoke and the Echo are dead, and now so close. Movataho is somehow still alive, but Jonas is eliminated, and the Legion is very low on HP. It's a 3v2, and BDS have all the advantages in the world in this fight.
I'm absolutely tilted that we didn't see a single player holding on to the VIP hallway. Nobody in cocktail bar, no Legion traps, no barbed wire. What is going on with that hold from Sisu? That's a default. It's a default lane that you need to hold. Shaiko got in for free, and he got a kill for it. RX trying to contest from the hookah balcony. Panic's using both of his bolts to allow Rafael to push on in. Rafael might go for a plant here, and yes, indeed, he will. Nothing in the way of denial from Sisu right now. Panics will get his 3rd onto Yonitor, looking for the 4th. It's just move, and he will get that 4K. Panics, big round from him, despite moves, attempts at denying the round to BDS. Now, it all starts with Shaiko. I know he only got 1 kill. But how is nobody holding VIP hallway?
I mean, sure, okay. You would expect that there would be some reaction after he even got the Echo. It was like, hello?
What's happening?
Is there anybody home? And there really was not. In that case, as you said, if you're not going to hold on to it, at least put some barbed wire. You have a Legion. Put down some goo mines. You know, maybe bring a bulletproof camera to hold on to the hallway. Anything. Look, honest to God, what are you? What?
Now, I got to give one point. I'll try and play devil's advocate here.
Okay.
Ashe is silent when she's crouch watching. Crouch walking, pardon me. Very nearly silent. You just don't hear her, right? And I could get it. You're on cams, you're cycling through, you're the Echo. Not gonna hear the Ashe. Fine. Not gonna expect the Ashe. Fine. But it's default lanes, man. It doesn't, like, that's not an excuse. Like, oh wow, Ashe, how does she do that? It's 2019, guys.
Stop her for just
Ashe came out a long time ago. We've been here for a while. I think we can all agree it's something you have to account for. You have to be ready for it.
5 seconds left.
I don't really. There's no excuse. I'm trying to play devil's advocate, and then I leaned into there's no excuse, and
honestly,
that's really tell you something.
It's a good thing I don't need a lawyer now.
You're right.
I would hire you first, Mike. But here we are. I think you're going to need a bit more than just a lawyer for this one here at Sisu, because This is what I like, though. Sisu change off of the smoke to bring Boonsy on the Maestro. They realize, okay, we have literal gaps in our defense. Let's at least give ourselves some sort of utility to allow us to watch these locations.
Yeah. Well, that's also a hack drone there from Jonas. Good use of the pests. It's going to give him some kind of information wherever he decides to put it. Is that necessary? There is a player. Yeah, there is actually somebody playing behind the front desk. Shaiko trying to challenge him heads on. And Nade follows up there. Misses. Big miss there from likely Renshiro. Yes, was from him. Shaiko, though, will land the shots. And down goes Jonas. His hand was in front of his face there. And he got down instead of eliminated. A second for Shaiko. And he picks up his first just there. Nice play from him. Rafael, meanwhile, has taken out move. So, Sisu, once again, early kills. And, well, okay, it's just Shate. Triple from Shaiko. These guys are killing Sisu too fast to count. And there's the fourth. It's done.
Okay, well, a great T-Hunt round for Shaiko. Yeah, there was literally it's one punch hole.
Yeah.
At the bottom. You can't get more obvious than that.
So, I remembered a time. I'm going to take you on a journey into the past when punch holes were actually super meta. You just make one punch hole and you, haha, no one's going to expect this.
Yeah.
And you get like a free kill or something off of it, like somebody peeks your hallway. Yeah, and then that died real quick. We're in the meta now where if you want to actually use punch holes in a wall, you need to do you got a couple options, right? You can make a bunch of them, and you can peek through one in an odd spot, and the guy's gonna swing around the corner. He's gonna be like, oh no, which hole is he behind? Which is what we see a lot of people do. Or you can make like a line of punch holes and then some bullet holes underneath. Bullet holes. It's 2019 again. Bullet holes are the way.
The future is now, old man. It's done. It's over. We don't do that around here anymore. We just do bullet holes. I know they're annoying. They're frustrating to play against. The fact that they exist is also something that's mind-boggling. I know it's built. That's how it's designed in the game. Fair enough. And they can be abused. But
we'll be fair. No, not many people like bullet holes.
Yes, that's the way to put it.
Yeah, a lot of people dislike bullet holes, but they're there.
Work.
They're allowed.
5 seconds
Use them. It's rough. It's rough. I think you said it well when you said that's a nice terrorist hunt round for Shaiko. Now there's a couple different layers there. Shaiko winning his gunfights, first of all. Great use of his utility. But biggest thing for me, his teammates droned him in that whole way.
Yeah, they gave him info. Yep. There were 2 drones in front of him the whole time. Give him in spots. Like, okay, well, the Maestro's there. He's holding on to this angle, and there's literally only one spot he can shoot me from. I just got the info from my teammates. I pre-fire into that spot, and I'm good to go.
This Legion's trapped, and now he's down. Move! Unnecessary movement there.
Move away, man!
And there's the kill there. It's actually going to be from Panic. It doesn't really matter. That's Shaiko's kill. There's a run out from Sisu, and it was not punished. It was Jonas going for the run out, I think, by service. Boonsy takes down Shaiko. So here we go. Here we go. Sisu, they're back in it. They're back in it. They're not going to let it get, another one of what we saw last round.
So a lot of damage done here to Boonsy, actually. He's playing all the way in the back. Projector, Rafal firing in as he does have information on him. Panic's getting close to collecting a second kill for this round. But you lose the Ash for the Legion. That's fair. That's okay. In the grand scheme of things, you know that there's one player in the back. No, Boonsy will still find a kill, and Rafal will follow up. Now they should know that Jonas is up close, and they're actually going to run back. Rafal will take just a tiny bit of damage to bring him down to around 24 HP, but it's Panic's coming around behind to catch that Mozzie off, and Jonas knows that there's something fishy happening right now. He's going to bring Shate in support. Beautiful play from Shate, hitting the head on Panics, and will fall back.
Diffuser is down on the ceiling right now. BDS, they do have a minute, so Renshiro, okay, Renshiro is going to go pick it up. No. Oh.
No. Renshiro, I watch window.
He's going to get a kill off of that, so fair play to Renshiro. He manages to take down Yanni in the site. That's a really big kill for him. And it will be actually, I think, Rafael going for the diffuser right now. That's good. There's still plenty of time here for BDS, so they don't need to rush. They're going to use their drones to scout out Hookah, which is clearly where they want to hit. Shate spotted on the transfer there, on the vault. His position well known, and Fel trying to cut him off. Trying to not allow the rotation. Chatte's going to be a big player here. He's got a C4, he's got 30 seconds to hold, and he knows it's going to be a push into hookah. There's also Eunice with a C4 as well. Both these defenders on full HP. With only 25 seconds, it will have to be the kills for BDS. Unlikely to see a plant. Missed shots there from Eunice. C4 missed from Chatte. Lots of misses here in general, and Chatte finally gets the kill when he goes for the peek. There you go, the final one as well, I believe, for Chatte. And Sisu will take that. Beautiful round from them. And they get their very first. It looked like BDS was running away with this match, but not the case, it seems.
Finally, hookah has been slowed down for a moment and won by Sisu. A good teamwork at the end between the last two players. Of course, teammates through many squads leading up to the current Sisu fighting their way through. But BDS cannot be allowed to go ham. They have to be stopped as soon as humanly possible. And the play right now is to go to the double bars.
Now, correct me, that was Boonsy on the Kaid in projector. Yeah, that started the show.
Yeah, slowed things down. Got a couple kills off of it.
Big plays for him. Yeah, normally the reason I say that, I really want to highlight is normally when a roamer tries to hold on to media room, projector, whatever you want to call that. When a roamer tries to hold on to that room, usually they'll die without getting anything done. We see that happen so much. And it's such a common occurrence that some roamers, what they'll do is they'll try to roam at the top of white stairs or main lobby stairs instead of even inside of projector. And they'll make some bullet holes in the wall. So they can get the same line of sight, but they're not exposing themselves, they're not trapping themselves in projector. But Boonsy managed to stay in there, get 2 for his troubles before dying, and that's just, it's impressive. I got to give him credit for that. Well done. Now, we'll be moving on.
Attackers are moving to defuse the
I'll be defense, I believe, of the double bar here. Yes, and makes the most sense based on where we see those, considering they already won hookah. Yeah, it's double bar. There you go. And there's also going to be a clash being brought, which is interesting from Sisu. You said that RX might have been using Clash well enough in the first map to put Sisu on the Clash. I wonder if it was part of their plan or if they actually, were like, hey, you know what? Maybe we could use Clash well here, because that's what we're seeing.
So, Renshiro watching in from the lobby, and Shaika will find Eunice. Okay, so Eunice on his own here, trying to play by the delivery doorway and taken off Mossy here. So Renshiro will continue to drone in, and one should be spotted here behind the front lobby. It is Shaiko to collect. That's 2 kills. One now on to Chatte, eliminating the Clash. A huge entryway here. The Maestro is up close. There's some barbed wire to slow things down, and Boonsy will turn around, but there's no drones to give Shaiko the information that he could go for the wallbang. Now he gets hit. The Maestro's already run back, and he'll be safe for at least a moment. They take around an equal amount of HP damage off of one another, and the charge will go off to destroy the barbed wire on the floor. Blue stairs will be contested in just a moment here, but Chaiko's awaiting information from his teammates before they push in. There's just so much manpower here, and they're going to force Sisu either hyper defensively onto the bars or back, and Shaiko collects a third in Movataho.
Attackers have located a
Will
bomb.
moving up, and Shaiko goes up the blue stairs. He wants one more. He's hungry for kills. And now he hits the goo mine. It's Boonsy on the top and will dive on down. He's got his teammate in support but panics. Will collect. Yonador is last alive. It looks like a flawless round from BDS. He's so low on HP. You sneeze on him, he's dead, and no ADSs will protect you from this one. RX will find the last kill, and BDS just comes swinging back.
Again, it's BDS on attack. It doesn't seem like Sisu's got a lot to answer BDS's attacks. A big part of that, of course, is Shaiko picking up a 3-piece in that round. Big plays from him. Well, those first 2 kills likely aided by the drones. The third, not so. Shaiko just pushed in solo while his teammates were trying to push other angles. But just in general, I'll put it simply. Sisu are failing to win heads-up gunfights against Sisu. Or, they're failing to win heads-up gunfights against BDS. Yeah, no, they're failing to fight themselves. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying.
Defenders,
All right.
protect your bombs from being defused
It's all
by
over the
attackers.
place.
I'm only human. Okay.
After all.
No, but I do mean that. Really, we're seeing a lot of Shaiko pushing in, RX pushing in, and just winning fights. And now, obviously, these fights come after great information gathering efforts by BDS. And Sisu are doing their best to mitigate that problem. You can see that they're bringing Maestro to shoot drones. They're bringing a Mozzie to catch drones and deny drones pushing in through lanes. They're bringing a Vigil to try and stay invisible in certain fights. You know, they're bringing a large
10
kit
seconds left.
to avoid the information gathering that is happening on the side of BDS, but it's not enough.
5 seconds
It
remaining.
hasn't been. The Vigil is a new addition.
Yeah.
You know, it is a reaction to what we've been
Attacker's
seeing,
objective is to defuse a
but
bomb.
I don't know if that's really going to be the solution to fix the problem.
I think something needs to be done right now.
It's definitely something.
Sisu are going to bring out that Vigil to see, like, maybe will this work? Will this allow us to catch 1 or 2 players from the back? Just something. Because, and I really want to take a moment to remind you of the stakes at hand. If Sisu now lose 3 rounds, it's over. Pro League is done. They don't play in that. For next season, they'll have to fight through CL and qualify just as BDS is doing right now.
Well, BDS looking in stride right now. Renshiro gets the angle, and Jonas rotates into Shaiko. And Renshiro is actually the one to get the kill in the end. Good teamwork there from BDS. Really simple pinch. And again, this is a position... Okay, Move was there last time. Gave away a kill early. Now Eunice is here. Gives away a kill early. Maybe just don't. And there goes Shate, yeah. So that's going to force Yanni to actually rotate off of that roam. It's just everything right now is looking like a 5-1. Yanni going for some Hail Mary sprays, and he doesn't get anything out of it.
Now the Maestro trying to spray through the floorboards, but it's Boonsy that gets bounced off the face of the earth there. Yonadar and Movataho are the last 2 alive as something's being done on the top floor here to shut down Sisu, and BDS are having a field day. Is this going to be like a 3rd flawless round in a row?
Would it be 3?
I think so.
Oh, I only counted 2, but I wouldn't be surprised.
This
Move is trying his best to say no. He's looking for a kill, but he's not going to get one. There's another flawless round.
Good God. Is that 3 in a row?
I only know of 2.
Yeah, the one before and the one and this one.
Well,
I don't know if
it might be 3 total. I don't know.
This is
It doesn't matter.
BDS just at the half sit so far away from Sisu. 5-1.
They're already on series point. They got the they're 1 round away from series point. They're on the precipice of series point, I should say. They got the first map. It's just, you know, I was talking about it earlier in the pre-match. Sisu is a old name in Rainbow Six Esports. They defined the meta at the beginning.
Yep.
They said it. They were one of the pioneering teams. Different roster, sure, but still a large effect on how Siege played out in the end and how the European meta looks, how even the North American meta looks. I remember going to Season 1 finals, and we lost to Sisu, and going into the Season 1 finals, in North America, there were basically no strats. Then after we lost to Sisu, we learned strats from Sisu, brought them back to North America, and then the North American strategy explosion.
Yeah.
Way back in Season 1, Season 2. So, and that was thanks to Sisu. Like, they taught us how to do that way back when. This is a long time ago, and none of this stuff is really that relevant on this day and age. The point I'm trying to get across here is it's a momentous occasion when Sisu's no longer in Pro League, if it comes to pass.
Attackers are heading out to defuse.
And it really looks like that's where we're going right now, because I mean, unless the half change is going to be that drastic, unless BDS just can't defend on Coastline, maybe Sisu are amazing at attacking on Coastline. I don't know. Crazier things have happened.
They're going to have to be.
Yeah.
They're going to have to be. You got to show everything, and there you go. Shate will hit the first one on RX. That's the revival they've been looking for, and a Nitro Cell expended as Shate runs back at the right moment. Good entry here for Sisu. They're bringing 1 here with the Dokebi to help them, hopefully, demolish any sort of roam play, and Yanni will find another one Rafal is taken away off the Mozzie, and BDS find themselves with, in the first 30 seconds of the round, down 2 players. And they have to fight an uphill battle here against Sisu.
Shaiko looking for the player he knows to be on Repel by Aqua Balcony. Renshiro, good pick there on Deshate.
Attackers recovered the
No more
diffuser.
kills for him. He done some really good work, aggressive on the Repel, but can't get anything else done. Off of Repel's move, and he's trying to challenge Shaiko, and he'll rush past... I'm not sure why he did that, but he rushes past Panix without... he didn't need to do that. Weird. Now Panix is just happy for the free kill. He's going to continue to try and hold on to Aqua, doing a great job using his Legion traps, but Boonsy will shut him down. Second kill for him. Good job there, leaving just Renshiro on defense. He's trying his best to challenge here from B. He's being pincered, but what a reaction there from onto Jonas, from Renshiro.
Attackers are activating
Despite the Guzman lifeline, he actually manages to get the kill. Post-plant though, so this is not easy in the 1 versus 2. He knows one's by the bar, but the pre-fires from Boonsy will land the final kill. It's a big 3K from Boonsy and a nice lockout from Sisu. Here we go. Here we go. We're seeing something.
Hopefully.
I mean, it's something. It's 1 round.
Those 2 picks early on in the rounds were massive. Picking off the smoke and the Mozzie has really helped Sisu establish some sort of map control, even though they ended up losing 1 player on the Hookah Balcony and another one on Aqua Balcony. It shouldn't have happened, really, especially where, I don't remember who it was, but they just walked into Panix's Legion, and they're like, well, okay, I'm going to look the other way and not even care about it.
Yeah, poor awareness from move.
Poor awareness. It happens. It's okay. You won the round. At the end, the work was done, and Sisu
Attackers need to locate and
had the entries that they required. Now, can they keep this going? BDS will go back to Hookah and to Billiards. We've been seeing this site pretty much all the time. We've seen it so many times in this series, or in this map already.
It's the standard site
It
nowadays.
is standard, yes, indeed.
attackers have located
No, it used to
bombs.
be Penthouse.
Oh, yeah.
Way back when this map came out.
And Mira got banned. But, well, then bans actually entered the game.
Yeah, see, it was Penthouse, and then bans were what killed Penthouse.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of died out before then. I don't know.
It was on the way out.
It was on the way out, and then bans final nail in the coffin, I guess. The way we could put it. That was a long time ago. Shaiko
Attackers
didn't have the most amazing map number 1. He did do really well. He managed to get 9 kills, I believe it was, which is that's above average. But here now on map number 2, he's going a step further than above average, having 11 kills already, only 7 rounds in. Going on to the 8th now. We'll see if that number is going to get any higher. I certainly expect it to,
The attackers bombed
based on what we've been seeing so far. Okay. That's rough to look at.
It's supposed to go there.
It's rough to look at. I'm just gonna say it.
So here we are now. Panic's in the same position as before. BDS realized that they lost the 2 players just off of, I guess, lucky shots from Sisu early on in the round. That won't be happening this time, as we have hit the time slot allotted before. Rafal has taken around half damage in the round so far from crossbow bolt. Movataha will get the spot on the Legion. Yeah, they confirm that he's there and look at him, unsure where to go through. Panic's going to lay down on the floor and might just be sticking to the spot. Yeah, he still collects the kill, and he's stunned. They're not expecting him to stay in this spot still. Jonas will come in and try to fight it, and it's already done. There's Boonsy to find. It was snaking on the ground with a pistol out. That's something I haven't seen before.
Look at how much that took to get him to die, to get Panic's dead. And he's in like the most exposed position you can find in Aqua. That is absolutely, that's insanity. Good job to Boonsy for finally getting that kill. Shaiko trying to hold on to the VIP hallway. And it's going to be a really important position later in the round. He's denied any push there. Renshiro has taken out Shate as well on the Aqua push. Renshiro has been doing so much work for his team throughout this series. And he's going to keep on keeping on with that. The gas canisters are still in play here from RX, which means he can deny the default plant through the wall, which is really big. And there's a wide peek from Shaiko, picking up 2 with the pre-fire. It's just Yanni, and he can't even get Renshiro, who will get the final kill. BDS, match point, series point.
1 round away from Pro League. Imagine you, right now, my dear viewer, sitting at home. Imagine you are one of these players, where one day, maybe, in the next generation of Siege competitive players, you'll be 1 round away from making it into Pro League. And you have over 4 rounds to burn until you even get there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like 4 rounds to burn, and even if you get there, you don't lose. 4 rounds to burn, and then you get OT.
Yes, 4 rounds at least. Technically, you have 5 rounds to burn as well until you get to that point. There cannot be a better position for BDS than this. They will go to blue and Sunrise bars, and you'll see the Jackal finally come out here from Boonsey.
I guess the only question, and it's a really sad one, is are we going to get the 7-5? Well, it looks like the journey in Pro League for Sisu is, if nothing else, going to be taking a pause. But it's not done yet. There's still time. They could bring it back. It's just going to have to take it will require a momentous effort from Sisu at this point. BDS going to be going to the double bar in an attempt to end this. They've brought a castle, which is interesting. Very useful on this site. You just got to know exactly where you want to put those.
Alrighty then. Will this end right here, right now? Sisu had success on Consulate, getting up to 5 rounds.
Are they doing they're doing a rush strat?
Yep. That's exactly what I expected them to do. They need to do something like that. They need to go all in, all out. But Chate slowing down for just a moment. They need to open up the entrance here. And Shaiko is on Overwatch. He's looking everything. Just sees every movement. And RX will already find Jonas. No more stuns. Gajmots are down. Shaiko, unfortunately, will fall into Boonsey as just shuts him down as he dives down from the hatch. Chate will take damage here from the goo mine, but he scans around. And is slowed down for just a bit, but Rafal takes control of the south hallway. The move has dropped down, and now they'll have to face the Legion from the top floor.
He could drop with nobody watching right now. Sisu's not paying attention to the drop down. If Rafael times this well,
oh, no.
he could pick up an easy 3-piece. He's got full information. They're being marked. The attackers are being marked from something, which means that Rafael has to know that nobody's watching this. RX gets his second. Here's the drop, and a double for Rafael. Nice and easy. Sees the third. Oh. Will he get it? Yes is the answer. And BDS go into Pro League. Sisu relegated to Challenger League. And that's it. About as quick as it gets.
A 7-2 victory on map number 2, Coastline. A favorite European map, and BDS through this series have proven that they are not to be trifled with and that they will try their best come Pro League and next season. 13 kills for Shaiko, 8 for Renshiro, and Panics on 9. Everybody's been putting up the numbers here for BDS, as unfortunately, for the second time, we'll be saying goodbye to Sisu as they fall back down to Challenger League to join Secret and Orglis in the top 4.
Here's the thing. Exactly what you just said. They're joining Secret and Orglis. That's
crazy.
It's not going to be easy for Sisu to get back into Pro League. They got relegated before. They got back in. But this time, I got to feel like it's going to be a lot harder.
Look, the teams that they would be facing against is the top 4. So right now, Secret, Orglis, Sisu, and then we'll see either Penta or Force, right?
Yeah, whoever loses that,
whoever loses that, no matter what, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
And in the last season, we had Shigi, Game Ward, Trust Gaming, and Kakona Kopteri. So Panari's team. These are not slouches. They can knock you down a peg. And there's the big surprise for this season for a lot of people watching here is seeing Orglis in the top 4. Nobody expected that.
We also saw, the team that just won BDS, they lost 1 of the whole series, and it was to of their whole Challenger League season. They lost 1, and it was to SYZYGY. You pronounce that? I can't do that. I can't. How do you pronounce it? Shigi. Okay, yeah, they lost to them, and. That's furthering the point that you were trying to get at, which is these are no slouches, it seems. Like, you might not know them as well as you know a team like Penta or a team like Sisu or BDS even. But everybody in Challenger League right now is looking pretty fearsome. So Sisu will have a large task ahead of them if they want to have any hope of getting back into Pro League.
Yep.
And again, you know, I've said it before and I'll say it again, it's weird to see Sisu not in Pro League, but
Finally,
BDS earned it.
Finally, we will have a full French team, technically French-speaking.
Well, they have
French-speaking
okay.
team in Pro League, as Panix is, of course, Swiss man speaking French, and we actually have him on the interview. So let's have a quick chat with Panix. Bonsoir, Panix. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. It's great to hear your voice again on an interview.
It's been a while. It's been a while, hasn't it? But Panix, again, congratulations. It must mean the world to you to be back competing in Pro League after a very explosive year for all of your careers.
Yes, I mean, everyone in this team has some history of being either kicked or having whatever happens, like for BG News back then for Eric and Shaiko, Rencho with Manium, Rafael with ETIT, and all together we just show that when you get the right piece, I mean, we are good individualities and in a nice environment with good people, etc. On the right role, we're just smashing it. Everyone is doing great at their roles. Everyone can smash a game and being the MVP when it needs and when it matters. It can be Shaiko, but Eric today did great. Rafael has been doing awesome into the Challenger League, and Rencho is always putting in headshots.
You are doing so insanely as well in this matchup. Panix is back.
Thank you.
I have to say, it's been a while, but here we are. Now, one thing I really want to highlight, there's a couple plays that I want to talk about. First of all, let's head to map number 1 on Consulate. I really want you to walk me through the communication and all of that, because you were talking, let's put these star players with Pro League experience to one spot where they know the people that they're playing with, they can communicate with them correctly. And I think we've seen the top of communication when you guys were defending against Sisu's second rush on Garage, and you were alive, then died off on the smoke before already doing your work, left with a clash and an echo against 3 players. How did all of this work out? How is everybody talking to send the relevant information? And who was outside of these main 2 players ferrying the info?
I'd say it's more Rafael in those kind of plays. Like he's on the drones a lot, so yeah, he takes the information. He's kinda talking for Eric's. I think like me, I just stepped back because I was like, I don't want to have overcomes. Then it will be like too blurry and everything going everywhere. So yeah, Eric didn't have to speak. When the Thatcher is trying to fight Eric on the clash, immediately Rafael says, go pick him on the Zebra corridor. And that's what he did. He gets the first kill. Then we have a cam who sees Zofia going for the kill on Renshiro, and it's just like instantly traded extra. And the whole round, basically, this strategy is basically on comps. I mean, it can be Eric's on the clash, everything. Just for me, I can throw the smokes when we don't have any smokes anymore because they go fast. You can just push at the right time, at the right place, and get the kills.
And on your attacking side, especially on Coastline, we saw so many drones that paved the way for your attackers, your spearheads, and a lot of times it was Shaiko. How was that orchestrated between everyone? Because it seems like for a lot of people just watching without any context, they just see him like going around and shooting people in the head everywhere. But we see it and we can tell like there's so many drones, so much information being given back. And is it where, at least in your team, do you drone early on? When do you decide that more people have to be sitting on drones to allow this sort of assault?
I mean, even back at the beginning when I was recruited into BDS, I had no idea of what I was gonna do with the team because I never was a support who was fully on drone. So at the beginning I was just fully on drone, getting sometimes killed when I was in a bad position, but just droning for 3 minutes for the qualifier of the Reading Major, just for Shaiko. And it allowed me to see that he has an insane aim, obviously. Yeah. He has a great game sense, but if you can just let him focus on his aim and just like give him the info, 100% of the time he's gonna get the kill. If he knows where where the opponent is gonna get the kill. So now it's more like Rafal who is joining him, sometimes me a bit. It depends of the strategy, obviously. But yeah, it's very important to have those information, those fast insertions, so having drones on prep phase, etc. So like this, you can put aggressivity at the beginning of the round, setting the tone for the team, the opponents.
Yeah, in the past year, we've been used to seeing you playing the Zofia, so I guess the Capitao is now your new kind of flex support position, I guess, alongside Rafal, who's your heart support, I guess. Just a question, who is your main shot caller for this? Is it Rafal as well?
Shot caller, it's more like the leading game is Rerix.
Yeah.
He's great establishing the team strategy, how we should play, etc., etc. Then sometimes he speaks a bit in the mid-round. It's more before the round.
Okay.
Then mid-round, it's more about me and Rafal. We get along very well. If we blocked somewhere, there's Erix who comes in and finds a clean solution. But I think with Rafal, we've been doing like very good job to always adapt, always find something, putting the stuff, etc. So we don't only rely on aim, because obviously we have great individualities, but if we can put the strategies and the stuff, the gadgets with it, it's unstoppable.
All right. Well, Panix, congratulations, félicitations. You're back in Pro League. Anything
Finally.
you'd like to say on behalf of your teammates, on behalf of BDS, to all the previously existing BDS fans and all the ones you're going to gather up over Season 11?
Well, I know we have a lot of fans supporting the team, supporting Sheiko, etc. Just know we're very thankful for your support, and this qualification means the world for us. Like you probably know, with the story of everyone.
Very much.
Everyone has a special background, and yeah, we're just very happy to be in Pro League again, and we don't want to stop here. Like Pro League, it's cool, but if we have been kicked off teams or etc., it's more like we want the first spot. We want the first spot, and we're gonna try everything to grab it next season. So count on us, and thank you, Milosh.
Thank
I
you
was
very
very
much.
happy to get again an interview with you. It's very cool.
It's been a while, I know, but I'm very glad to have you back, Panix. We all are here. BDS earns their spot back into Pro League. Fortunately, it means Sisu are down to CL. Congratulations, though, Panix, again, and we'll see you in Pro League Season 11, just around the corner.
An interview again, please.
All right. Bonne nuit. Bye-bye.
Bye.